Speaker, I want to say that the benefits that this country and the benefits Turkana County that is going to get from the exploration is massive. And so, Honorable Speaker, I beg to second the motion.
Senator Korir. Honorable Senators, I will now propose the question that the Senate adopt the report of the joint sitting of the National Assembly Departmental Committee on Energy and the Senate Standing Committee on Energy on the consideration of the Field Development Plan and the production sharing contracts for blocks T6 and T7 in the South Lokichar Basin, Turkana County, which was laid on the table of the Senate on Tuesday, 24th February 2026, and pursuant to Article 71(1) of the Constitution and Section 31(1) and 2 of the Petroleum Act, the Senate ratifies the Field Development Plan and the production sharing contracts for blocks T6 and T7 in South Lokichar Basin, Turkana County. With the leadership intervention, we are going to have two senators across the aisle, starting with the senator for Turkana County.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for this opportunity. First and foremost, I want to support this report from the Joint Committee of National Assembly and the Senate. Chair, I want to thank God for this opportunity that made oil to be discovered in Turkana. Discovery of oil in Turkana, Chair, has mitigated the historical injustices that were there since the paper of 1965, where people were claiming that that land of Turkana should not develop. But here, Chair, this oil has benefited, or the benefits of the oil will develop Turkana County in the form of, one, provision of transport means, that is roads, provision of water. Water will be taken from the Takwal Gorge right away to Turkana, and even oil field. Share the local content. The local content contains the issue of employment and training. This discovery of oil, Chair, will give the local communities employment. And then, Chair, on top of employment, this discovery, Chair, also will ensure the scholarship from the local community. All those opportunities will be enjoyed by the local community. Chair, moreover, there is also the business community. The business community will have an opportunity of making profit through the OPEX, operation cost. The cost of this oil will be more than trillion, Chair. And we have agreed from the public participation that the community will participate in the business of this oil, so that now they will change their life. The Chair has something that I wanted to note. There is what we call the recovery cost, which is 85%. Chair, from the public participation, it was very clear that in the recovery cost, what the community participants said, and even the community itself share, there must be transparency and accountability in the recovery of 85%, which is the cost of oil. We consider and we ponder that the transparency in this recovery of this oil, of these expenses, the community and the other stakeholders are expected this 85% to be recovered in a transparent way and share the balance, which is 15%, which will be shared by the national government, the county government, and the community, which is 15% share. If this 15% will be considered if profit will be there. If cost of oil will be much share, we will see the profit that will be gotten by the community is low. The only way we can consider from the law that we have to make legislation to make sure the 5% and 25% from the county will be put in a wealth sovereign fund, so that in the case of problems, these funds will be used to cater for the needs of the community. Finally, share, there is a problem that is there, denominator. This one, Chair, issue of insecurity. If security will not be taken care, Chair, even the staff who will be working with the investor will be challenged, Chair. And the problem of water shortage.
Senator Murgo.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity. It is, I support the report as given by the Chair of Energy. We participated in the public participation, especially a later public participation, and we in Pokot agree with the report, and the plan is to take water from Pokot, which is Takwell Dam, to go and clean the oil in Turkana. And while we are in agreement, because we see it as being a source of development for Turkana, and supposedly Pokot as well, because Pokot and Turkana border each other, and the water that is going to help in cleaning this crude oil is from Pokot. But according to the report and plan that went into the Ministry of Water and then aired later, the Pokot side is silent. There is nothing mentioned about Pokot. And what Pokot expect mainly is irrigation, as promised for many years, educational enhancement, road for accessibility, and health. And therefore, I'm seeing a hitch from the Pokot side, which is expected to provide the water, that they will not allow this water to go unless there is also consideration of what they have expressed as being part of development that needs attention as much as Turkana expects a lot from this on education, health, roads, and so on. And therefore, this report, when it comes to implementation, will probably face some hitches, both from Turkana, because the Turkanas are expecting a lot, and Pokot are expecting a lot. Otherwise, I support. Thank you.
Senator Edwin Sifuna.
Honorable Speaker, in the life of this Parliament, today will be remembered as perhaps the most historic afternoon. And it actually breaks my heart that we are rushing through this matter that is one of the most important matters this Parliament will handle in its lifetime. I wish that we had given members enough time to read and internalize and understand what we are about to do this afternoon. Honorable Speaker, the joint committees of energy of the National Assembly and the Senate have produced a report that is over 170 pages. How I wish, Honorable Speaker, this House, before giving consideration to this matter, would allow members to actually go through what this report talks about. I am surprised that the committee on which I sit on has recommended that we approve this field development plan, Honorable Speaker. I have certain challenges, and I think history will be very unkind on me if I do not bring this to the attention of the country. When this field development plan was reported or was tabled here and brought before our committee, Honorable Speaker, we identified 4 red flags that we thought would first have to be addressed by the contractor, Gulf Energy, before we could give a stamp of approval on this particular field development plan. A field development plan, in very simple terms, Honorable Speaker, sets out the obligations of the oil exploration company and what they're expected to do, and the entire plan of bringing oil out of the ground. In very simple terms, Honorable Speaker, Kenya has adopted a mechanism of oil production where we have something called a production sharing contract. What that essentially means is that the person who's given the contract to develop the oil fields will put in their money in the first initial stages or in the early days, and then whatever comes out of the ground, there is a percentage that goes to government and there's a percentage that goes to the contractor themselves. The first red flag, Honorable Speaker, is that the initial field development plan that we had signed had set a capping of the recovery rate for the, what they are calling recoverable costs. The costs are not recovered 100%. They are recovered at a certain rate. The initial field development plan had capped it at 55%. So the contractor would recover 55% from whatever oil is produced in the first year, and the 45% would be what would be available for splitting between the government and that contractor. Honorable Speaker, on the 24th of November, 2025, that 55% was moved to 85%. What that tells you is that when the oil comes out, the contractor, first of all, takes 85% of their costs from whatever oil is produced, leaving a paltry 15% available for sharing between the national government and the contractor. Secondly, Honorable Speaker, the definition of what are recoverable costs covers largely what are called capital expenditure. The capital expenditure, the definition of that capital expenditure, Honorable Speaker, was altered in the initial field development plan to include what we call recurrent expenditure, things like labor, Honorable Speaker, that are essentially not capital expenditure. And that was the second red flag. We did receive submissions, Honorable Speaker. I just want to talk about this question of recoverable costs for a bit. There was a submission by the Office of the Auditor General dated 11th of February 2026, Honorable Speaker. And the Auditor General addresses this question of the audit of recoverable costs, because the recoverable costs cannot be left to the contractor to say, by the way, this is what I have spent this particular time. There has to be an objective way of ascertaining what those recoverable costs are. The Auditor General noted that this responsibility of auditing had been placed on EPRA, limiting the scope and ability of the Office of the Auditor General to determine these costs. And Honorable Speaker, that even in the period that exploration has been going there, that no approved costs had ever been submitted for audit. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, the lack of audit has denied us, this is the words of the Auditor General, the lack of audit has denied us opportunity to determine ineligible costs, which ultimately reduces government share of revenue from the exploration. The next red flag, Honorable Speaker, was the amendment of the original production contract to exempt the oil company from any taxes. And we had hoped that these matters would be addressed before we would be asked to actually approve this particular field development plan. We went, Honorable Speaker, on a circuit across the country. I was happy that I was in Changamwe during the public participation down there. The people of Changamwe told us in no uncertain terms that what they expect in Changamwe is not crude oil being tracked and being stored at the facility in KPRL awaiting shipment, but they wanted a revival of the refinery in Changamwe. That is what they told the committee, Honorable Speaker, and that is what they're expecting. That is
Senator Cherankeri. You knew you had 5 minutes, Honorable Senator.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to support this report and under able leadership of ODM party leader and the chair, Senator Oburu Odinga, who is our Gen Z leader. And the other day he was saying, welcome Mawe. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's good to have him to midwife his own report, Mr. Speaker. So, Speaker, I have read this report, and I want to dissuade what the Deputy Minority Leader for the time being has just said. Some of us have read the report. The report, I've gone through the report, Mr. Speaker, under Article 71 of the Constitution. What Parliament is obligated to do is what we are just doing. Because under Article 71, we must be part of the process, and I want to believe in the ability and capacity of all the members, Mr. Speaker. All the issues of, Mr. Speaker, on the issue of local content, I agree. We have passed the law, Mr. Speaker. 70% to the national government, 20% to county, and 10%. This report has even anchored, because most of the issues that has been raised, Mr. Speaker, has been captured under the law. Even if you look at compulsory acquisition, Mr. Speaker, Article 40 is very clear. Even in terms of community registration, with the report of Oburu Odinga-led committee has captured, Mr. Speaker. Even when you look at the issue of environment, under Article 69, the exploitation and sustainable exploitation and utilization of equitable and accruing of benefits has been captured for, Mr. Speaker, and I think it is very important, Mr. Speaker. Number 4, looking at the Petroleum Act, Mr. Speaker, the decommissioning of the site in that area, especially now that the concession and the field development plan and production sharing contract for blocks of T6 and T7, Mr. Speaker, is very critical, because Article 39 of the Petroleum Act has captured ably on decommissioning. So there should be no worry in the violation of Article 69 of the Constitution, Mr. Speaker. So, Speaker, the issue of resolution of dispute, if it arises that it goes outside the country, Mr. Speaker, as an exit clause in terms of any dispute between the government and regulator, there should be no worry, Mr. Speaker. I've heard some people expressing that there might not be access in terms of accountability and openness of engagement. Mr. Speaker, Article 35 of the Constitution is very clear that access to information is a basic human right, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, another point that I wanted to make is the issue of community land administration, and I'm happy the area senator has talked about it. I think the Section 108 of the Petroleum Act is very clear. It recognizes there is the issue of land laws, Mr. Speaker. There is the issue of land valuation, beneficial sharing, Mr. Speaker. And all this has been captured under the Petroleum Act, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, in a nutshell, in summary, this work that has done by Senator Oburu Odinga-led committee, Mr. Speaker, is what we need to support. Article 71 gives us the opportunity. Let us allow Turkana County to develop. Let us give opportunity to the people of Turkana, Mr. Speaker. They have been marginalized. Let them exploit their resources. I know, Mr. Speaker, when this resource will be exploited, the issue of water scarcity will be a thing of the past. The issue of security will be sorted once and for all, Mr. Speaker. Let us ensure that we put necessary support. And I want to thank the committee. Mr. Speaker, I want to thank almost all committee members signed, except the Senator of Nairobi. Mr. Speaker, the procedure of the House, if you disagree with a report, you generate a minority report and table before the House. But just speaking for the sake of public gallery and to look good, Mr. Speaker, in public rallies is very unfortunate. Let us give Kenyans the opportunity so that we can pass this once and for all, Mr. Speaker, so that we can ensure, and as a Senate and Parliament, Mr. Speaker, we will still oversight this report and the investor that will come to Turkana. Mr. Speaker, with those many remarks, I beg to support and yield back the mic. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I will now call upon the mover to reply.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, for the benefit of the Senator and the people of West Pokot and Turkana County, Honorable Speaker, as I reply, I wanted to assure them that the Ministry of Water, the CS Water and the PS Water and the PS in charge of irrigation promised us they are going to put resources in the budget so that we'll have 3 lines. There'll be 3 lines from Targwel. 1 line going all the way to Lokichar.
Majority Leader, surely you cannot run a rally
it's becoming noisy
to these proceedings.
Honorable Speaker, there'll be 3 lines from Targwel Dam. 1 going all the way to the oil fields, and then there will be one for clean water to both West Pokot counties and Turkana County, and then there'll be a line to do irrigation on both sides of the two counties, Honorable Speaker, and they said they'll start initially at the minimum of 1,000 acres, going upwards to 10,000 acres under irrigation, Honorable Speaker. So it is good for the Senator Murkor to note that. And then, Honorable Speaker, the AG also came to the committee and gave a clean bill on all the legalities, Honorable Speaker. The reason why the recoverable cost was moved from 55 to 85% to make it bankable. The reason why Talo could not proceed, it was because it was not attractive. So they could not get an investor. That's why it was raised, Honorable Speaker. And the Auditor General, there's nothing that stops the Auditor General to audit the recoverable cost because it's in law. She is the auditor and she has that mandate. It's only that it's unfortunate that Senator Sifuna has left as a member of the committee, these chambers, because the reason why he's asking all those queries, he only attended two meetings and he left. All the issues, all the concerns were answered by the stakeholders. So he should have sat in the meeting so that these queries he doesn't have to raise in the House. He's the only one out of 9 members who didn't sign. All the other 8 members signed and agreed with the report. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to reply. And understanding order. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Good.
We will now go for division, but the division will be for order number 10 all the way to order number 16. So we will do division for all those orders. Order number 10 to 16. All right. So, Sergeant at Arms, kindly ring the division bell for 5 minutes. Sergeant at Arms, you may now lock the door and draw the bar. Now, honorable senators, voting shall be done electronically, and therefore I will ask you to log out by pulling out all the delegate units. Now, Sergeant at Arms, kindly walk around and pick any unattended unit, delegate card that is still held in the unit. Stay logged out as the Sergeant at Arms picks all the unattended cards, please. Sergeant at Arms, are you done with that exercise? Good. Now, honorable senators, you may log in back as I put the question. Now, we are on order number 10. So the question I'm going to put relates to order number 10. Senator Haji, kindly take your seat. Your card has been collected. Can you give Honorable Haji his card? I will now proceed to put the question on order number 10. That the Senate adopts the report of the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget on the 2026 Budget Policy Statement laid on the table of the Senate on Tuesday, 24th of February, 2026, and pursuant to Section 25(7) of the Public Finance Management Act and Standing Order 186.8, the Senate approved the 2026 Budget Policy Statement. You may now proceed to vote. Now, Senator Bertus Ogola, Senator Joyce Korir, and Senator George Mbugua, you are also supposed to vote on behalf of your delegations. You've been authorized to do that. Now, honorable senators, you must have noticed that in attendance there were 36 delegates when the voting was taking place. That has not been collected, a card belonging to Senator Daniel Manzo. So the number that is in the House, when the voting was taking place was actually 35, not 36. When the voting was taking place was actually 35, not 36. I will now proceed to give you the result of the division. Ayes at 35, nays at 0, abstention at 0. So the ayes have it. Next order.
Order number 11, motion, report of the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget on the 2026 Medium-Term Debt Management Strategy Division.
Honorable Senators, I'll now put the question that the Senate adopt the report of the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget on the 2026 Medium-Term Debt Management Strategy, which was laid on the table of the Senate on Tuesday, 24th of February 2026, and approves the 2026 Medium-Term Debt Management Strategy. You may proceed to vote. Now, honorable Senators, the result of the division on order number 11 is as follows. Nays at 35, nays 0, abstention 0, so the ayes have it. I corrected it. Okay, I'll take it once again for the record. The result of the division on order number 11 is as follows. Nays at 35 votes, ayes at 35 votes, nays at 0 votes, abstention at 0 votes. So the ayes have it. Next order.
Order number 12, motion, report of the joint sitting of the National Assembly Departmental Committee on Energy and the Senate Standing Committee on Energy on the consideration of the Field Development Plan and the production sharing contracts for blocks T6 and T7 in South Lokichar Basin, Turkana County Division.
Honorable Senators, I will now put the question that the Senate adopt the report of the joint sitting of the National Assembly Departmental Committee on Energy and the Senate Standing Committee on Energy on the consideration of the Field Development Plan and the production sharing contracts for blocks T6 and T7 in the South Lokichar Basin, Turkana County, which was laid on the table of the Senate on Tuesday, 24th of February 2026, and pursuant to Article 71(1) of the Constitution and Section 31(1) and 2 of the Petroleum Act, the Senate ratifies the Field Development Plan and the production sharing contracts for blocks T6 and T7 in South Lokichar Basin, Turkana County. You may now proceed to vote. Senator Osotsi, kindly proceed to dispatch and vote. Now, honorable senators, the result of the division on order number 12 is as follows: ayes at 35, nays 0, abstention 0. So the ayes have it. Next order.
Order number 13, the Kenya National Council for Population and Development Bill, National Assembly Bills number 72 of 2023, second reading division.
Honorable senators, I will now put the question that the Kenya National Council for Population and Development Bill, National Assembly Bills number 72 of 2023, be now read a second time. You may proceed to vote. Senator Falamu. Senator Githuku, proceed to dispatch and cast your vote. Honorable Senators, the result of division on order number 13 is as follows. The ayes are 35 votes, nays 0, abstention 0. So the ayes have it. Next order.
A bill for an act of parliament to provide for the establishment, roles and functions of the Kenya National Council for Population and Development, for the establishment of the board of the council and for connected purposes. Order number 14, motion, consideration of the report of the Mediation Committee on the Coffee Bill, Senate Bills number 10 of 2023, division.
Honorable Senators, I will put the question that the Senate adopt the report of the Mediation Committee on the Coffee Bill, Senate Bills number 10 of 2023, which was laid on the table of the Senate on Thursday, 4th of December 2025, and that pursuant to Article 113.2 of the Constitution and Standing Order 167.3 of the Senate, approve the mediated version of the bill. You may proceed to vote. Honorable Senators, the result of the division on order number 14 is as follows. Ayes are 35, nays 0, abstention 0. So the ayes have it. Next order.
Order number 15, the Electronic Equipment Disposal, Recycling and Reuse Bill, Senate Bills number 5 of 2025, division.
Honorable Senators, I will put the question that the Electronic Equipment Disposal, Recycling and Reuse Bill, Senate Bills number 5 of 2025, be now read a second time. You may proceed to vote. Honorable Senators, the result of the division on order number 15 is as follows. Ayes at 35, nays at 0, abstention at 0, so the ayes have it.
The Electronic Equipment Disposal, Recycling and Reuse Bill 2025, a bill for an act of Parliament to provide a legal framework for environmentally sustainable disposal, recycling and reuse of e-waste, establishing the e-waste recycling plant, the e-waste sorting site and the ward consolidation site, and for connected purposes. Second reading.
Next order.
Order number 16, the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bills number 48 of 2024, division.
Senator Korir, this is the 7th time I'm asking you to take your seat. Honorable Senators, I put the question that the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bills number 48 of 2024, be now read a second time. You may proceed to vote. Honorable Senators, the result of the division on order number 16 is as follows. Ayes are 35, nays 0, abstention 0. So the ayes have it.
The Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Amendment Bill 2024, second reading, a bill for an act of Parliament to amend the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act and for connected purposes.
Sergeant at Arms, you may now withdraw the bar and open the doors. Now, Honorable Senators, we are going to the Committee of the Whole. We still need you to be present. Next order.
Order number 17, Committee of the Whole, the County Library Services Bill, Senate Bills number 40 of 2024, division.
Honorable Senators, you be upstanding. We have come from a very long recess, I know.
Honorable senators, please resume your seats. Okay. Honorable senators, please take your seat. Distinguished Senator of Naivasha, please take your seat, and we need you. We need you to vote. Nakuru, sorry. My apologies. You're more synonymous with Naivasha. And the Senate is going to be a guest soon. Honorable senators, clerk, can we ascertain we have quorum? Yes, we do. We have quorum. Okay, we have quorum. Okay, honorable senators, we are going to division. The County Library Service Bill, Senate Bills number 40 of 2025. Sergeant at Arms, please close the door and draw the bar. Honorable senators, I put the question that clause 5, clause 8, clause 9, clause 12, and the schedule be deleted. Please vote. Senators, Senator Manzo. Come, approach the desk. Here. Senator Eddie Okech, approach the desk. Did you ask the Sergeant at Arms if they have your card? Do you have the card for Senator Manzo, Sergeant at Arms? Honorable Senators, let's proceed to the next division. I put the question that clause 3, clause 4, clause 6, clause 7, clause 11, clause 13, clause 2 and the title be amended as proposed. You may now vote, Honorable Senators. Senator Eddy, vote. Manzo, Senator Manzo, come and vote. Senator Lelegwe, come and vote. Senator Wafula. Clause 4 as amended. Clause 6 as amended. Clause 7 as amended. Clause 10, Clause 11 as amended. Clause 13 as amended. The title as amended, and Clause 1 be part of the bill. Proceed. You may now vote. Senators, please vote. Please vote. Those who have not voted, please vote. Senator Dulo. Senator Cheriot. You didn't vote. Senator Mwaruma. Senator Eddie Okech. Senator Beatrice. Senator Mofire. Senator Mofire. He voted. Honorable Senators, we are just compiling the results. We'll get back to you shortly. Honorable Senators, these are the results. Deletion clauses, the ayes 26, nays 0, abstentions 0, the ayes have it. Clauses with amendment, ayes 29, nays 0, abstentions 0, the ayes have it. All clauses, ayes 30, nays 0, abstentions 0, the ayes have it. Senator Joyce Korir, calling you to report.
Yeah, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Chairperson, I beg to move that the committee do report to the Senate its consideration of the County Library Service Bill, Senate Bill number 40 of 2024, and its approval thereof with amendments. I ask Honorable Chute to second.
It's okay, Joyce, he doesn't need a second. Honorable Senators, I put the question that the committee do report to the Senate its consideration of the County Library Service Bill, Senate Bills number 40 of 2024, and its approval thereof. With amendments. As many as of that opinion say aye. As many as of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Honorable Senators, Madam Speaker. Honorable Senators, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, Honorable Senator, the session has resumed, and I want to invite the chairperson to report. Senator Abdul Haji.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole has considered the County Library Service Bill, Senate Bills number 40 of 2024 and its approval thereof with amendments. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Abdul. Now I want to call the mover of this bill to proceed and move.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee in the said report.
Who's the seconder? Who is the seconder? Senator Joyce?
Yeah, I call upon Senator Chute to second.
I beg to second, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Senator Chute. I propose the question that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. I put the question that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. As many as are of that opinion say aye. As many as are of contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I want to invite the mover to move the motion.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to move that the County Libraries Bill, Senate Bill number 40 of 2024, be now read at that time.
Who is the seconder?
I ask Honorable Kinyua to second.
Madam Chair, I second.
Thank you, Senator Kinyua. I propose the question that the County Library Services Bill, Senate Bills number 40 of 2024, be now read a third time. I put the question that the County Library Services Bill, Senate Bills number 40 of 2024, be now read a third time. It's now time for division. Honorable Senators, we are now proceeding to division, so I will request you to log out and log back in, ready to move to the division part. We are voting electronically. County, but because this division now is different. Are we moving to this division on the county library? Because this is different. We have done the third reading. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So. Honorable Senators, I put the question that the County Library Services Bill, Senate Bills number 40 of 2024, be now read at that time, and you may proceed to vote. Why, Senator Joyce Corrill, can you approach the clerk's desk for assistance in voting? Assisted voter, Bomet County.